It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week. But here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here you're reacting.
Here's to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Fourth down, Mariota. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Damian Williams, 47 yards. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to...
Last time out, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps them in 17 following the 2 negative plays. To throw is Mariota. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And now yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On the counter, here's Williams. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Patterson is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it.
That was his 10th carry of the ball game. Brady now on first down. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain. Emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as...
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. This one left side, caught by Patterson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw Mariota. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Marcus Mariota with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and
get 3 before the half. Let's see if they dial up on this next snap.
This time they stay on the ground. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now the Falcons going to use one of their time. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. Finding room at midfield, and they're going to move it down inside the 25. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship, as we'll send you down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That's They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good air.
They run it again with Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. A big run there. 29 yards and a first. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive. And until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It's on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. but I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson with his second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their... Those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give your...
Touchdown! Well forward. His second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the...
Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. Helps with that poor defensive line. They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
This offensive game plan is...
The yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
No surprise to see him running again here. Is something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He's going to keep this again. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with the lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
It's a first down following a gain of 3. A stoppage, and oh boy, we've got Mayfield shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. They go with the option on 4th down, left side. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Marcus Mariota saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. But that's certainly an important...
This series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Brady. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the score where it is, this was probably going to be
full from inside the 5. Sanders is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's
down territory. Throwing now is Brady. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you
call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Here's Mariota. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he's a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 143 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. They find some open field here. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a 1st down. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself. They go with the option on 4th down, left side. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Now the defense. They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And as they take that knee, you can hear a pin drop in this stadium right now. They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And as they take that knee, you can hear a pin drop in this stadium right now, partner.
I'd say you could hear a pin drop except for one thing. You're hearing a lot of people on cell phones right now calling and saying, cancel my reservation, because this crowd thought they were going to the Super Bowl. They had trips planned, hotels, reservations, the whole deal. That's all wiped out now.
The Falcons are Super Bowl bound. Time for us to sign off. Thanks for watching, and good night.